Thank you so much, Dr. Zaidi, and your wonderful team at Youth for Human Rights, right? So for having me today. It's a lovely topic, especially during times when there are conflicts or when we are trying to run away from dialogues across the table, and debates and all. So, because I feel that from time immemorial, you talk of Plato or Socrates sitting there and having dialogue with the young people and the citizens in his area, or the virtual talks which we are having today, the dialogue which we are having today, or the parliaments when they function, they are, the platforms for dialogues. We need them. And why do we need them? Because they are the, potential tools of empowerment through and through. So how does that happen? When you enter into dialogues, you share and you gain knowledge. It's a two-way traffic, right? And I believe that in the ancient times when you didn't have paper or when you hadn't invented writing, I'm sure dialogue would have been a way of teaching, right? Hearing, speaking, and then teaching. And maybe in our Gurukul systems, that was the way of transmitting knowledge between the Guru and the Shishya, right? Looking for a work culture where diversity and inclusivity is the driving force. So there's an ambience of congeniality everywhere, wherever there is dialogue and debates, etc. It is also very important for generating awareness amongst the masses, because see, most of the issues related to women, gender discrimination at large, are due to mindset issues. So if those things could be spoken of, if dialogues could be engaged more frequently, involving more people, I see no reason why over a period of time mindsets won't change. They can act as, catalysts, catalyzing agents. So dialogue is also a catalyzing agent, which ultimately leads to empowerment. If we are talking of women empowerment, youth empowerment, whatever. It can also be a very important tool for decision making, because you tend to get all kinds of ideas. I wouldn't stick to the Marxian concept, but yes, it could be a kind of, discussion, that is the thesis segment, and then you can have antithesis where you get all kinds of ideas and all the churning happens, and then finally a synthesis of all these ideas into a consensus or an amicable decision. It was also one of the bedrocks of the local self-government, which the country had dreamt of, because of the grassroots challenges and issues. And, the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. So it was a bottom-up kind of governance which we had envisaged, and it still holds good. It's very important for that. And then it encourages what? Cooperation and collaboration, which to my mind, is always better than competition. You can compete, right? But it's better to collaborate and cooperate, especially in today's post-pandemic new normal which we are staring at. It was a VUCA world before. Now it has become even more, and most of us are nursing some kind of a hurt, whether in the loss of our near or dear ones, or being sick ourselves, or having caregiving work in the family because somebody else is sick. So I think cooperating and collaborating style of leadership, it will lead to a compassionate form of leadership where there is empathy. And this is the need of the hour. And this can come through dialogues, right? We talk of these big phrases, niche words, ESG, GRC, governance, risk, compliance. But at the bottom of all this is dialogue. They all grow, and they can nurture when there is dialogue amidst the participants. Then perhaps, and I'll just end my talk with this, perhaps the most important utility of dialogues and discussions and debates is in empowering the youth. We are talking of demographic dividend. Youths have so many challenges in front of them. If all those things could be discussed and ways and means, we could sit down together and suggest ways and means, well, that could become a brilliant, what we call in police SOP, right? SOPs, operational procedure. Of course, they will need tweaking because each case is different, but yes, they can have a sense of agency. And I realized this when I was DG Mahila Samman Prakoshan. I was designing programs. One of these programs was for the youth. We went from school to school and spoke to the children, both boys and girls. It was not just girls. And we used to talk about how to navigate in the cyberspace, because at that time, way back in 2014, a lot of harassment cases were coming up in UP. So we spoke to them about this. We spoke to them about the laws, because digital literacy as well as legal literacy is so important. So dialogues can form a part of that. And one, brilliant day, while I was discussing this program was called Rubaru, because it meant, in Urdu, Rubaru means amne samne, interaction, right? Face to face. So this girl gets up and she says, "Ma'am, we understand what you're saying. Very nice, this, that. So why don't you tell this to our parents?" Now, see, what was she saying? That engage into a dialogue with our parents, right? So I said, what do you want me to talk to about your parents? She said, okay, when we go for our tuition, right, my parents will send my 5-year-old brother with me. Now, what protection can he give to me? See, she's again talking about a mindset change through dialogues. I said, okay, that's a very brilliant idea. So what do you want me to do further? She said, teach us some unarmed combat, self-defense moves. I said, that's a brilliant idea. So another program was generated then and there, which I named Akshaya, because Akshaya in Hindi means what cannot be diminished. The woman, the girl cannot be diminished. So you see, dialogues will give ideas, innovative ideas, and I think it should be promoted. And that is why I'm so grateful to Dr. Zaidi and your team, I should say, for bringing up this wonderful, wonderful, relevant and meaningful topic, and having me on this platform to share my views with all the other August speakers. So thank you once more. Bye-bye.